So once you've done your default, you've got the space to execute. This is what a short execute might look like. An easy version of this, if you get stuck in this corner, and then you aim between these boxes, and in this little slab of yellow, I'll show you what this is. Between the slab of yellow, how high you throw it depends on how far the smoke goes. So the lower, the less far it goes. If you aim like dead in the center, it will leave you a little gap here you can work with. You can obviously get shot back through this, there's no one ways in this game, but sometimes CTs won't hold it because they know that the point of the smoke is to take this rail position away, so they have to jump up on this box in order to take this fight. And it makes the first point of contact for any AWP is holding car or anything all the way over here instead of being able to watch here. And it gives you space to set up nades behind it. So for example, aim at the bottom of this little trapezium thing, jump throw a molly, that will land rail and it should filter down onto site. If you don't want to line anything up, then you can use this telephone pole here as just a marker. So then if I get the smoke back up again,
I'm throwing smoke.
you can just like aim to the left of this pole, wing it or get on site. To goose with this, you can throw just any molly off the backboard there to take away rail. You can just airstrike the fuck out of them. You can throw like, you take a big healthy step forward here, it should be like a god flash, which lands right behind this wall. So like it hits goose, and it hits basically everywhere you can possibly play that isn't mollied. Like anywhere car here, like gets hit by the god flash and it doesn't hit your teammates as they run up. So you can just have one guy here, throw that flash twice, make it all the way up to sight if you want. And something Alexi B does a lot with this, when he throws it, he'll throw it after they've taken mid on the default. And then he'll jump spot and be like, okay, there's one guy playing on a site, there's one guy playing car. And this guy here, who's holding this angle, has got to like hit some crazy flick shot to actually make that happen. And even like AWPers at the top level aren't making that, especially if they're zoomed in. Some people kill him because they hold for it now because they know he does it all the time. But good thing to do to get info. One negative thing about this smoke is this new jump up position. This is like a CS2 thing. It's really good against it. You can just stand here, or you can get up here and hold, and then drop off. Once you like get a kill or feel some pressure, and it's pretty free. So one way of dealing with this is what they call the Vanguard smoke. The Vanguard, like the only team throwing it in CS:GO, but CS2, it's everyone's on it. To line this up, look at this petal, like here. Just aim at the top right of it, and it will land on the box. If I throw that with the XCB smoke, then it will create more of a wall. Now an AWPer has to be aiming all the way over here to be able to see you. The jump up spot isn't a threat, and you get really far, like all the way out to here before they can start dueling you. However, if you're going to throw this Vanguard smoke, then you might want to throw the full execute smoke. This one starts getting harder. But you can create a full wall that dribbles down to CT as well, which is really good. Now this guy, he's got to figure out, am I going to stay this side and gamble, or am I going to run through? And you can spawn drop with it. You can just beam a flash here, turn around and land, and now you've got another angle of attack to like kill these guys, or you murk anyone that's tried to come through the smoke. And the rail guy is so uncomfortable if he knows people are spawn dropping. And you don't have to spawn drop and go away either. This is like a one-man execute way of throwing this, but it's pretty. This is not an easy execute to throw. Like that's missed, for example. But yeah, the other thing you can do with this, spawn drop and go B. Just use it as a mid B smoke. If you throw a flash behind it, this guy has to gamble. Are they going to go through? Are they going to go the other side? And if you don't spawn drop, it's functionally a mid B smoke, so you can throw a bad like. Because the way you abuse this smoke is by standing high up on here, and that's found that really weird. But it's by standing high up in here and watching the smoke. But if this is smoked off, and you have to be lower, this normal mid B smoke, without throwing it on the box, suddenly becomes really powerful. Because you can't see anything without standing on the slope. So yeah, throwing that combination is really good to execute behind, but it requires that you have 2 smokes left by the time you actually make it here. The other thing to note would be how to, yeah, that's what it looks like when it actually works, to mid-B smoke. If you don't want to commit up short and you just want to mid-B, look at these 2 things here, go to the right, jump throw, I do it while crouched, she lands on top. If you've taken short and you're coming back to mid-B, you don't want to like jump out here, potentially expose yourself to a mid player who might still be lurking around. You can line up in the middle of this door, and then look here where the frame of the door meets the wall. Same thing, do a little jump throw, it'll land on the box. So just if anything, it's an easier lineup, but from a more annoying place, because it's hard to get to this unless you have short control. But once you have short control, it's just a much easier way to mid-B smoke. And from here, you can also like, not like that, you can throw a flash over the top and like flash your teammates around this angle for anyone playing window or door. There's not really any protecting against that flash. And yeah, that's like how you do phase 2 of the round.